Whatever. We're just gonna skip the intro. Blah. Hello. Sunday. We are here. I don't know why I hit that wrong intro. I tried to, I guess if I right-click it. Yes, remove. Get rid of it. Overhead. There we go. Okay. Okay, whatever. It's Sunday. Yes, so last night, unfortunately, I couldn't guarantee that I would be free at my normal start time. Basically, it was just me and the little guy last night, and I couldn't guarantee that he would be in bed at a time that I could come on the stream and he would remain asleep, and it turns out my fears were correct. So I would not have been able to go live for more than like an hour and a half yesterday, and honestly, I didn't feel like risking it, so I just pushed it to today. I know I don't do a lot of afternoon streams or early afternoon streams or hours that are Euro-friendly, so I figured I'd punt it to today, do it early in the afternoon. I'm sorry, Steve, I didn't realize you were going live at 1. When I made the notification for this, sorry. So please forgive me. So hello from more time appropriate Sweden. Yes. Okay. Nero was wasted and didn't want to stream. Well, no, because I drink on stream. You guys know that. So it's content if I do that. Am I looking really blown out, or is that just the monitor? Why am I looking really blown out? Oh, it's because it's daytime and there's sunlight outside. Anyways. So right now, it's 2 p.m. I'm Eastern Canada. So today, we're doing some upgrades on the tallboi. For those that are unawares, yesterday there was a Voron live. 2 things were announced. The Stealthburner, which is the new toolhead that will be going forward. It's still in active development. I'll get onto that later. And this one was actually a surprise because this was RCF's skunkwork project he does every year. This year was Clockwork 2. I won't be doing anything with Clockwork 2. This is still rocking the original Clockwork. I don't even have any printed files for Clockwork 2, so we're not even going to bother with that. We're going to be swapping out the front plate to something a little bit more cool. And then we got something in the box here. So this was actually fun. This is, today, I want to give a shout out to Thanks for sponsoring the stream today. But, if I can pick the right camera, there we go. In here is the pièce de résistance for the stream. The centerpiece of the stream today is in this box. And if you want to print one of these boxes, you can find it on Thanks, who's sponsoring the show today. Which is, boop, these guys. So, this is a printable box. It's a gift box. It's not a multi-print or multi-color print. You don't need an MMU for that. So these just glue on. So you can print it on any printer, but it's got a locking mechanism built in. So this is all print in place too. So it's print in place. Oh, and look at that. We have ourselves a wee Rapido. A Phaetus Rapido. We're going to be playing with that today. And the box locks right back up. So if you want like a little reusable little gift box for gifts for the season and you want to print them in whatever colors you have on hand, get all fancy, there you go. It's a short print. So voila. I want to give a huge shout out to Thanks for sponsoring the show today. So if you want to print one of those, link in the description. Also, if you want to print the abomination that is the rock lobster, unfortunately I don't have it because my son stole it. He's off playing with it because he found it hilarious. But apparently there's a trend on Twitter right now where people are printing things out of using the rock's face. And I created this abomination called the rock lobster. And that's also on Thanks. So if you go on Thanks, you can find that there. I don't have a link for it right now, unfortunately, though. So why are peeps doing this? Because the internet is dumb at times, and you have to have fun. If you think it's all serious business, yeah. So, originally I was going to do an ABBN, but we're going to junk the ABBN. I printed it all out and everything, but Stealthburner got announced. So that can go all in the trash. And I don't have to hide this one anymore. So for those that are haven't been paying attention, I've been hiding this printer, the tool head for it, since like May? June? I don't know. But it's because it's got this. This is what I've been hiding. This is an OG first revision of the Stealthburner. We will be putting in a still outdated version into this guy, because this is why we don't release stuff till it's done. I printed this 4 days ago. Thought you were hiding the Revo. Oh yeah, there's a Revo in there. That has a Revo. That is my Revo beta unit. But I had to keep hiding it after Revo was announced because it was in a Stealthburner. So this is why we don't release things until they're done. This one I printed 3 or 4 days ago. It is already 3 revisions out of date. So there's still tweaking to be done to make it as optimized and as slicer compatible as possible. Yeah. So we're still tweaking things. Well, the ones that are working in it are tweaking things. I am not, because I am le poop at the CAD. So what we're going to do is we're just going to chill tonight. This afternoon. We're going to put the Rapido in this guy. We are going to pair it up with a Bondtech CHT. We're going to put a fat boy in it. And we're going to print something big. The pronunciation is more Rapido. Rapido. Can I have the STL? No. It'll be released when it is released. Come on, you know how it works. So in here, I have a high flow dragon, and that is coming out. What mount is the Rapido? It is the same hole pattern, I believe, as the Dragon, but it is longer, obviously. It is longer. So, I actually have a Rapido Stealthburner mount for it. Oh, did my white marker die? I'm going to get white paint all over my hands. There we go. So, which one of you is the part fan? Because I'm going to keep you. You are the Hotend fan, so I'm going to keep you. There we go. So, for those that are wondering about like current setups and whatnot, if you are running, the Stealthburner is basically replacing this part. So, and the let me pull this off. The actual tool holder, okay? So if you're like me and you're one of those that if it ain't broke, don't fix it types, if you're currently happy with your extruder setup, like you're running an LGX and you don't want to change whatever, however that is, you can put a Stealthburner on whatever current setup exists. So the Stealthburner literally just goes blah, and attaches to existing. Obviously, it won't, match aesthetically, but it is, the same. It's drop-in compatible, okay? So if you want to leave your existing extruder and carriage setup as is because you're happy with it, you have a toolhead board on it or something. No music. Yeah, let's put music on. You can leave it as is. And in fact, I'm doing that. I'm leaving, this is a stock afterburner. I'm leaving a stock afterburner on because why not? And then there are a few changes. So for those that, to point out here, actually, let's put it together first. So we have our Rapido. So the first thing we're going to do is ditch the groove and get rid of this groove mount. Yeah, Stealthburner is the cooling solution. Technically like the whole tool head is afterburner or Stealthburner. Naming conventions are fun. Do I not have the right size Allen key? Yeah, Stealthburner is referring to the front portion, the cooling portion, the part with the fans, and that holds your hot end. So, while I'm taking this apart, for those that don't know what the Rapido is, I've seen a lot of people compare it to the Revo because it uses a integral heat sink, or correction, a like a circular ceramic heater in it. Here, let me go over here so you guys can see. There you go. Bye-bye groove mount. So it does have a circular ceramic heater. It is soldered on, and it's got like 3 prongs. So this is all obviously proprietary. It is a... they're playing with the patent because they don't actually have standoffs in here. So I'm assuming these screws kind of... The way it's set up is akin to the hot end on an Ender 3, where the screws pull it up and it's the heat brake pushes on it, and that's what's the stabilizer. So they're skirting around the patent that Mosquito owns or Slice owns. So this I don't think infringes on the patent because this is the same setup as a Ender 3 hot end technically, but it's got 3 screws, so you can, you know, it's not going to spin on you when you screw in your heatsink or your nozzle. The wires are reinforced though. So unlike the Revo, if you yank these, they're probably going to rip and you're probably going to need a whole new thing. So there's that. And then it's got this huge sock on it. Like this sock is like thick. This is a thick sock. So this is obviously a high flow. So we are going to put this in here. I'm gonna have to play with these wires. Yeah, pull them down. So one thing you'll notice is the cooling has all been redone. The whole patent thing is annoying, yeah. Like, patents are a politics thing. Honestly, I hate politics. I just want to make plastic boat. I'm of the opinion a standoff isn't something that you should be able to patent, but I'm not a patent lawyer, so. When Revo pre-orders start and you get an affiliate link, will you make a video letting us know? I already have an E3D affiliate link. It's in the description. So if you go to the in the comments, the link should be in there, I believe. I think I've made it like part of my default. Let me check. Yep. So I do have an E3D affiliate link already. So if you buy anything from E3D, they got a bunch of sales on right now. That is affiliate to me. But I'll tweet about it, but I don't want to put out a video. I don't like I hate like I won't spam that, oh guys, I have affiliate links, you should buy from me. I don't know. If it comes up in the situation, I have no problem saying I have an affiliate link for something, especially if it's a product I like or something. Or if it's a positive review of a product, I have no problem sharing an affiliate link. I'm always open about it. And honestly, in terms of, you know, it doesn't cost you anything extra if you buy it with an affiliate link or without. So it's low impact. It's not like you're paying extra and I get a cut of it. Malcolm, €5. Thank you, appreciate it. Oh wait, no, pound, sorry. Finally catching up live stream, 7 p.m. in the UK, nice. My 0.1 PIF set is in transit from Germany, but LDO won't arrive until January. LDO is slammed. Yeah, honestly, I haven't played with this yet, so I can't comment on it. For everyday use, I'm really liking my one-handed nozzle changes. Like the fact that I can literally just, you know, I got filament in there. 1 second. Let me see if I got filament. Yeah, watch, like. I have my unload macro so that it pulls the filament out when a print's done just enough that I can just, you know, rip my nozzle right out. And I could grab my 0.8 nozzle and throw it back right up in there. I'm sorry, I'm completely spoiled by this. I just need a production unit because my beta unit has miles on it. There we go. Fixed. Back together. Load filament. Boom. Load. Done. I'm sorry, I can't get over how handy that is. Send a rave. €4.99. Thank you. Appreciate it. We need hardened relit nozzles. They are coming. They are working on the obsidian nozzles. And honestly, from what I understand and what I've heard, if you're running an obsidian nozzle, that will probably be the last nozzle you'll ever need. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna need some screws here. So yeah, so before we had, you know, your wires come up this side and you just zip tie them to it. And, you know, it works, but it's all open. Now, you have that side and it just goes like that and the wires are all nice and hidden inside. There's a built-in channel for wire routing and it's all built in there. Have they said when pre-orders start? Between now and when they go on sale. I unfortunately am not privy to that knowledge. I wish I was, because I need to get some, but I do not know. I am not in the loop. Nope. I have 16s. Of course, am I out of 16s? I'm out of 16s. 1 second. I gotta check my stock. I'm running low on M3s. I'm gonna have to stock up again soon. Nope. Ah, there we go. That'll work. Okay. That goes there, that goes there. Nope. When will Stealthhead be released? Any info when it's done? If you need more cooling right now, build an ABBN because it's the same hardware. Like the fans and everything are the same. It's literally just printed parts. So if you need that better cooling right now for whatever reason, just get an ABBN for now. You'll be fine. Found any negatives of the LGX? Nope. I'm really liking it. Apparently they had a batch that had some, they were made out of, you know, the sintering wasn't the best for the MJF parts and there were issues, but that hasn't affected me. And I think that's issues well in the past, but yeah. Yeah, ABBN is 50/50 and same with Stealthburner. And for everyone, like, I know a lot of people like, oh, the stock toolhead doesn't have enough cooling. Like, every print up here on my wall, like, even the, you know, the multicolor print here, like, this was on, this is the multi-material print I finally got to finish on the InRange Rabbit, by the way. This was, you know, a stock afterburner toolhead. with an LGX and a 4020 fan. And those overhangs look pretty okay. So there's this guy. Like, I don't know. I've never had issues with cooling. Just don't go stupid fast on your outer walls and you're fine. Kevin, thank you for becoming a member. So yeah, so changes on the part that holds your hot part. So obviously, you know, this is a Dragon high flow. This is a Rapido, so they're going to be a little bit different. But as you can see, we have this thingy here, the fan part, and this will direct it straightens out the air. If you watch the Voron live, they go over it. But it basically directs the air better at the heatsink. And then if you look on the back, previously it was open. Now it's flat. It's closed off. The reason for that is we now only want the air coming out the sides, and that has to do with it generates turbulent airflow, which flows the air around the heatsink better and it sucks more heat out. Instead of the air just rushing through, you do actually want a little bit of turbulent flow, apparently, according to the Sims. And yeah, that's how it be, do. That's how it be. Let's put a nozzle in it right now. What size nozzle should we run with? Should we do a 1 mil? Or do you want to do the 1.8? You guys want to go right to the dummy thick 1.8 millimeter nozzle? 1.8? 0.8, 1.8. Okay, we'll go to 1.8. Oh. Help if I cleaned it off and I didn't have plastic on it. There we go. Okay, so one of the downsides to this is it's like traditional nozzles. There's always a chance of oozing. So that's another thing that like doesn't compare it to the Revo. It doesn't have that ability to not ooze. Ooh, we may have a problem here. I'm gonna have to drop that. Yeah. We may have a problem here. So the joys of prototypes. I don't know if this will fit because my probe is in the way because I'm running a non-stock probe on here. Let's see here. So if that goes there, if I drop that down to there, I think we'll be okay. Let me check. I have to loosen those up. Yeah, we may have a problem here. So I have to drop my probe quite low and see if I can get in there to get it loose enough to drop it. Because everything's kind of tight in there right now. All these screws are still pretty tight. And this is another reason the change is that these now attach from the back, is it's easier to get at them. So. Because we won't have a drag chain in the way anymore. Yeah, the screws from the front on the probe stick out because this is not the stock red probe that most people use. This is an aftermarket. And previously it was okay because there was a cutout on the back, but we don't have that cutout no more. So there we go. So you can go over there. You sit there. So I need to drop this down. There we go. Tighten that back up. I have that probe. Well, here's the thing, Kosh. This is why we do this stuff now, and this is why this isn't released. Because internal beta testing will find problems before it's pushed public. There we go. So, let me get some button heads. And we'll do some flatheads. Also, it's past American Thanksgiving, so you guys can't yell at me for playing Christmas music. So that might be flat enough. Actually, these flathead screws I think will clear. We'll be okay. Yeah, the flathead screws clear. It's just I had button heads before, which were fat, so. The probe is fine. The Stealthburner is based on the MGN 12. There we go. There we go. We're good. Oh, gotta loosen that up. So right there is... Geez, that nozzle is dummy thick. That'll work. That'll work. So we got our nozzle that goes like there. Okay, so let's reattach our tool head. Oh, that's not the right screw. What size screws were these again? There's one. And I think the other one's the long one. Yeah, this is the long one. Okay, yeah, that's right. Go in, you go in, you get back down. There we go. So that's good. Good there. Take our Rapido, That's there. We're good. Get our wires coming out the back there. So, for those that don't know, you no longer can, I don't think you can do the fancy drop this out anymore, because the cutouts or the notches for where the LEDs sit, there's a bit of an overlap. So you can't, before how you take the two screws out, this folds up and this comes out, you got to take the whole front off. But it's still only 4 screws. So you just take these 4 screws out and then this whole thing comes off. So it's still relatively quick. And with, how easy it is to change nozzles on modern hot ends, it's not really that big of a deal as it used to be. So let's put this guy together. So we are going to have to hack up a 50/50. Yeah, most people don't swap tool heads as much as they used to. It used to be more common, like that. The original envisioning of the quick swap tool head, like if you go back to the Voron V2, 2.1 and 2.2, it was designed for easy swapping of the tool head, right? Because back in V6 days and whatnot, that's how you would. That'd be the easiest way. You just swap the whole tool head, right? Well, now with like Revo, Dragons, Mosquito, it's easy. It's very easy to change nozzles, and with Revo, it's a joke to change nozzles. So, yeah, you might as well roll with it. I can't remember if I got to take the whole thing apart. Yeah, you do. So these got to come off. These screw mounts, you got to hack and whack them. Dragon standard or Dragonfly for a switch wire. Whichever one you have. They both function the same. It's just how they're built. So, yeah. And if you watch the Voron live, they go over. They spent a lot of time trying to find a fan that will just drop in work. And Delta would make one for many thousands of dollars and like 5,000 minimum units and all that jazz. So we just kind of said, we got snips and we'll just, hack and whack our own. So buy a nice, $20 Delta fan and then rip it apart. What brand of 5015? I'm using a Delta. Yeah, you got to cut the ears off because there's literally no room for them. Like, there's like no room. Like a 5015 compared to, the stock 4020, there's a big difference there. And then for those that have ever built an ABBN, there's the clip. This one is now printed in, so it's part of the print. Do I have a... Careful not to break it. Voila, we are in. That's it from the front. Make sure your fan still moves freely. We're done. So I am not going to be putting LEDs in here. Simply for the fact that I don't have any to put in. I did not order any. Actually, no, I did order some and then I lost them and I have no idea where they're at. So I ordered more and they're not in yet. So we're just not going to have LEDs in this, unfortunately. And then again, the 4010 in the front just kind of clips in there. It's a lot of printed clips, so just be gentle, take your time. There we go. Oop, I forgot to put it in the thing. Now I gotta get it back out. There we go. Or is that supposed to go on the bottom? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. Yeah, that goes up. So I cut that off. Yeah, I gotta cut that. Okay. Just for wire routing. What type and size LEDs will you put in there? They are the, somebody correct me, but they're the Adafruit something or other something, I believe. They're RGBW NeoPixels. They're like single, they're NeoPixels, basically. Where does the wiring come out of this? I can't remember. There, it just comes out there. Okay. Get down in your hole. So there is built-in wire runs in here, so you will have to kind of make sure wires get into their spots and sit neatly for everything to work. So it is a little bit, I won't say finicky, but it's finicky. Just needs a little bit of finesse at times to get them in their spot. There we go. Yeah, so you can see there, it's got to go like under there and then through this channel. The LED one would come up and go through that channel too. I'm going to cut this. Sorry, Mr. Designer, for ruining your part, but I don't want to re-crimp this because I'm being lazy today, because I'm going to have to reprint this anyways and put LEDs on it in the future. So for now, we'll just make it work. There we go. So that goes there. Delta 15 for GD Steam. I haven't used the GD Steam 5015s at 24 volts. I've only used them at 12 volt. And only in Bonsai. So I would say go Delta. I'm gonna have to turn this so I can actually see what the heck I'm doing here in a minute. You're unplugged. You're not, but I can turn you this way. Okay. I'm gonna have to put a PTFE tube in there still. So, got our fancy fans. Down there, come out. You come out there. And you all sit there. Yep. Okay, so that will work. How did I do it on here? Oh, there was a notch on these ones. Oh, that changed. So, yeah, so you're going to go there. You're going to go there and line up there and... Yeah, so you'll just come out the top there. That works. Okay, so that works there. Let's get my boating tube set up. Hope not being sacrilegious about how the Voron compares to the Hevort. No idea. I don't have a Hevort. I don't know anyone with a Hevort. I can't really comment on it. Simple as that. Like, I can't comment on a printer I don't have. So I won't be able to give a good answer. It's probably fine. It's a modern Core XY. Most of them are good. Some PTFE in here. Then we'll screw it all together and wire it up. That in all the way. Trying to push PTFE tube in. I have no idea if it's going in or coming out. Oh yeah, that's in all the way. Okay. Okay, so that is in all the way there. Did I see that I was mentioned in Prusa Live? Yeah. I had like, oh God, I don't even know how many people DM'd me. And I'm like, what? I was at work. I'm like, what's going on? Why am I getting like a dozen DMs? It's like, Mr. Joey P said your name. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm like, why? What did I do? Yeah, it comes as a shock, but pretty much the vast majority of the people on the Voron team think the XL is awesome. And if you come to us in the next like future from now on going, hey, I want a Voron for business, we're just gonna say go buy a Prusa XL. Because that's gonna be the easiest solution for majority of people, is just go buy a Prusa XL. Be done with it. And sorry, I do have a little bit of a cold. M3 fitties. Ooh, I got 2 left. Now you get in your strain relief section. I really don't want you getting ripped out because you're a $20 fan and I've already butchered you once. There we go. Okay. So, I know the angle is horrible. Make it work. Wait, are these the right lengths? Yes, they are. Okay. I think my battery finally died. Okay, were you guys the ones in here? Thomas, greetings from Czechoslovak, Voron Builders. Greetings. I know, no Czechoslovakian. So, hi. Oh, that's
greetings from Czechoslovak Voron Builders, winking face.
No backplate on the cover of the 5050? Nope. The Stealthburner is 3 printed parts. That's all it is. There we go. Make sure the fans still spin. Make sure the probe is good. There we go. Okay, now we just got to do some everyone's favorite thing and wire shit up. So, part fan clips back on. We don't need to rewire that. But the part cooling fan, we do. So, can I say ahoy? Ahoy! Yeah, I know you guys hear the super chat or joins. That's why that's part of the thing. Where's my kit? It's over here. There it is. Ooh. Yeah, M350s. You need 2 M350s. Honestly, by now you should, if you're, you know, a hobbyist 3D printer builder, you should have stock of screws and whatnot, of the common stuff by now. Like, I'm not saying you need to have, you know, Fastenal or McMaster-Carr on speed dial, but you should at least have, you know, a stock of the essentials. Got a bunch by no 50. Yeah, that's the thing. 50 isn't, actually, good point though. 50 isn't used anywhere else on a Voron. This is like the first time 50s are being used. I have a bunch because I didn't have 40s, and I borrowed some 50s from work and cut them down at one point, so I still have a bunch of them. If it works, it works. Okay, so you go there. Okay. So part fan is hooked up. Now heater is some funky. There we go. I'm just gonna have extra cable. I'll shorten it later. See if we can jam it under the thing. But for Thermistor, they went and use some funky connector. What connector is this? I don't know. Let's see if I can undo it and swap it. But they got some funky... It's like a DuPont, I think. But it doesn't... It won't clip in, obviously. So I'm going to have to fiddle with that. Yeah, I'm going to have to recrimp these. Luckily, these aren't covered in the crappy, whatchamacallit, fiberglass. And what? Okay. Button head. Or correction, socket head, socket head. Thoughts you have on a build plate dehydration system? I have no idea what you're talking about. Czech use Prusa, Slovaks use Ender 3 modded into switch wire. Everyone liked Prusa. I mean, I did pre-order an XL, so. Do you know half-threaded M350s will work? Yeah, you don't need fully threaded. You do not need fully threaded. You're only engaging the last, like, 6 millimeters of thread. So, yeah, you don't need the fully threaded M50s. You don't need fully threaded anywhere. Okay. So there we go. Now, where is my cable cover? I don't know if this will still fit. I may have to do a little voodoo to make this work. Simply for the fact that I got fans coming out of weird spots now. We'll ditch the cable cover for now. We'll just, there we go. There we go. There we go. We'll make it work later. Okay, turn it on. Can't tell. Exactly, the blue matches. The blue matches, right? It's a printed tape part. Now, I'd have to cut down the wire for the power, and I don't want to fiddle with anything until I know it's working. So, hopefully, no sparks. So, make sure you are pressing the record button just in case. Oh, it would help if I plugged it in. Ugh. I'm like, why am I getting nothing? There we go. Yeah, it's an extension cord. I have an extension cord that I run over here to power anything that I'm working on the desk. Okay, let's take a look here. While that's loading up, why not check out our sponsor again? Don't forget, thanks. If you want to print one of these super awesome little locking boxes that are all print in place, and then the red parts you can print, you print them in whatever color and you glue the red parts on. But the actual locking mechanism is all print in place. So if you want to print one of these, check out the link in the description. It's a cool little box. Okay. Printers. Tallboi. Okay, we are connected. There's my camera. And for those wondering how I mount my camera on Tallboi, it's literally just kind of sitting up top here and just aiming down. So it's literally just, kind of there, living in the moment. So let's make sure we actually have power to this thing. Okay, so that heats up. We're good there. Obviously, we're gonna have to PID tune it and make sure our fan is working. Oh, that's speed. Where's fan? And part fan. And I know it's completely unscientific, but do I have any tissue paper? I got clean it, or toilet paper, or I don't know. I don't know. It's a fan. It blows. It blows a lot. It blows way better than the old one. And it's really directed right at the nozzle. So it blows. Ta-da. Okay, let's PID tune this thing. Turn that fan off. And I can never remember what the Klipper PID tune command is, so I always have to look it back up. There you go. PID calibrate extruder. There we go. So this machine is mostly PLA for the most part. So, but I do some ABS. So I'm going to PID tune it for 220, which will be kind of like a middle ground. Oop. There we go. Don't have any issues with clogging with the afterburner, but I didn't seem to have enough part cooling overhangs as much. Yeah, that's the thing. The 4020 works. A lot of us on the Voron team, like, it's an ABS machine. It does do PLA just fine, obviously, but it excels at ABS, and it's an enclosed printer. It's designed to be enclosed. You shouldn't be printing PLA enclosed. Open your door, right? That's why I take the door right off. That overshoots like a mofo. There's some quick heat up times. So what are we looking at? We got like one. Yeah, it heats up about as fast as a Revo. About a minute. So what should we print? What is something big I can print? Let me grab a spool of plastic. What is something big I should print, guys? Go with red. Stealthburner parts. No, I want to print something big. So the Rapido is 115 watts, but it's also a PTC heater. So it's the same style of, it's the same tech as a Revo, where as it heats up, the resistance increases, so it draws less power. From my understanding, when it's actually running at like normal printing temperature, so like 180 plus, it's only like 50 watts at that point. So yes, it's 115 at room temperature, but it drops down from what I understand, which you want. Wow, you can really feel that air coming out the side. Okay, do I have any clear PETG? No, I do not. Christmas tree. Yeah, let's do a Christmas tree. Let's do a Christmas tree. Let's find a good Christmas tree. Yeah, let's do the traditional one, the one that everyone does. Let me find it here. I know I have it downloaded somewhere. Yeah. Everyone knows this Christmas tree, right? Downloads. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so everyone knows the traditional, you know, Christmas tree. So that's 300 millimeters on the Z. Let's go to 350. Let's bring it up a bit. So, print settings. We're gonna go spiral vase. Okay. Slicing. Layer height, we'll go with a 0.6 millimeter layer height. First layer height, 0.6. Resolution, 0. Curve smoothing, blah, blah, blah. Printer settings. Extruder 1. Nozzle diameter is 1.8 millimeters. Layer height limit, we'll go with 1.4. Retraction length, I will leave it at 0.8. We're not really retracting much here. Cooling, yes, much cooling. Print settings. We will let speed be dictated by flow rate. So we'll start with 35 millimeters cubed a second. And because I think we topped out around 25 with the Dragon High Flow with the 1.8 millimeter nozzle. So we'll start with 35 and see where we get from there. Layer height can't be greater than extrusion width. Perimeter is 1. What? Layer height can't be greater than perimeter extrusion width. Perimeter, 1 perimeter, yeah. Am I missing something here? Ooh, doo, doo, doo. Oh, width and flow. Yeah. Width and flow. That's right. I got to change all these. 1.8. There we go. There we go. Slice down. Let's just do 2 bottom layers. I like having bottom layers just because it makes these last longer. Normally they, or you know what? We don't need bottom layers here. We'll just go with the brim. No bottom layers, but we'll have a brim just to make sure it doesn't pop off the bed. Change width 2.2. Why 2.2, Nitrim? Why 2? Like, we can do 2 right across the board. Oh, 125 nozzle. Yeah, good point. There we go. Place down. So I wonder, we're not going to get stupid dummy speed with this, obviously. Yeah, we're only going like, oh, and minimum layer time. Let me turn off minimum layer time. So yeah, we're sitting around 30. There we go. Okay. So, let me save config. And so I have red. Do I have any good green? I have polyalchemy, but I know that doesn't like... the polyalchemy stuff is like TPU almost. So we'll just go with regular green. Yeah, we'll just go with generic green. So extruder. Let me see what my temperatures are at. Filament 205, 210. Yeah, I'll probably have to bump temperatures up as we go. But we'll see. This is a 2-hour print, so. Save. Upload. When will it, Afterburner's already released. Stealthburner will be released when it's done. So let's extrude some plastic. So extrude 100 millimeters. Go. That is so dumb. I love fat nozzles. Oh, that's funny. Okay, homo. I have no idea what my offset is on this, by the way. I love 1.8 millimeter nozzles. Max flow rate is 35 millimeters cubed, I think. Is the probe lower than the nozzle? I'm hoping it is. I'm checking that right now. So X 160, Y 160. I need to get a new keyboard. This keyboard's dying on me. Okay, let me go down. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Vase 95, but yeah, that's with his Volko Mosk thingy. we're just going to start at 35, and if it can handle it, we're going to go up, and if it can't handle it, we'll go down. ABS, he's printing ABS too. ABS flows a lot better, faster than PLA. PLA does not flow as well as ABS. I need to speed up how long Oop, I think the doggo's here. There we go. Okay, we're at temperature. Let's print a tree. Oh, hey, buddy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's the good boy. Okay. Oh, he's a good boy. Say hello. Say hello. Here you go. Okay. Okay.
Off-topic question. Need
What,
to
you don't want
replace
it?
the bed heater. Thoughts on best way to remove the
Here you
old
go.
heater?
Okay, you're in bad camera view, Coda. Back up. Okay. Hey. Troy J, good doggo. He is a good doggo. Echo 2 Papa 2, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Off-topic question: need to replace bed heater. Thoughts on the best way to remove the old heater? Throw it in the freezer overnight, and then rip the heater off, and then dissolve the 468 MP using a dishwasher tab, like you would put in your dishwasher. Oh, that doesn't want to stick. So I'm just going to preface this right away. This bed needs to be replaced. It's already died on me once. Yeah, it's not sticking. I think I need to go down. Oh, I need to go down more. I had PEI on the back, and it completely died on me. Oh man, that's gummy. So I peeled it off, and I think I forgot to, yeah. There we go. So yeah, I had PI on the back, and I peeled it off because it completely died, and I think I forgot to use my Z offset. Quit trying to get into everything. Not everything is a treat. There we go. What size bed? It is a 300 by 300 bed. So this printer, the frame actually is 330 by 330 print volume by about, I can go about to about 380 before the belt chains start getting a little tight. But the bed is only 300 by 300. The reason for that is this was originally a V1. This was my first V1. This was a V1.5, which was 300 by 300 by 400. When I changed it to a 2.4, I reused the bed because I wasn't going to throw out a perfectly good bed to gain an extra inch. So I've printed bigger things on here than the bed. It's just you have to make sure that whatever you print sits on the middle of the bed and it like overhangs up. So like if I were to print like a helmet that kind of goes up like that, I'm fine for 330 by 330, but the bed's only 300 by 300. And the flex plate's a little oversized, so yeah. Expensive skirt. This is like really cheap PLA, I think. Oh yeah, the spool turning. Like look how fast we're printing. and then watch the spool. And then back to how fast we're printing. One second, I gotta blow my nose. There we go. So right now we're going 28 millimeters a second. Let me bump the temperature up because I can hear the extruder clicking every now and then. Go to 220. And let's get the part fan going just a little bit. How stable is the temperature? So here, I just bumped it up to 220, which is the temperature it's PID'd at. So it's set for 220. It's bouncing between about 222, 219, 221. Plus minus a Celsius, which I can live with that. It's starting to stabilize a bit better. Duff699, doggo. Sorry, was driving. Stuck at work today. You're watching me while driving? What the heck, man?
Doggo. Sorry, was driving.
Okay, yeah, there we go. It's stabilizing a bit better there. Fabrico, $20. Is this Rapido high flow or ultra high flow? Any thoughts on the volcano nozzle adapter thingy? I just have, they sent me a kit. It's only the standard flow. So the standard high flow. It's not the ultra high flow. Okay, let's try bumping the speed up a bit. So let's bump the temp up to 225. And let's bump our speed up to 110. We'll go to 110. We'll bump it up in like 10% increments.
Is this the Rapido
I don't know why it's
HF
stalling
or
back
UHF?
here. Why is it
Any
stalling
thoughts on the
back there?
Voron nozzle adapter thingy smiling face?
It's doing like a judder back there. I don't know what's going on. Why is the time calculation going crazy? Because it, I don't know, the time calculation early on in a print jumps all over the place quite drastically. Yeah, see, it's doing some weird stutter step back here, and I don't know why. Which it shouldn't be doing. Who actually makes this? Okay, so for those that don't know, there is Phaetus and Triangle Labs are separate companies, but they go through the same manufacturer. So they are separate entities. There is another company that makes these, but they sell to Phaetus and TL, which are the resellers. They don't sell directly. So imagine like LDO didn't slap their name on stuff, and they sold their kits, and whoever was selling their kits slapped their name on it. But whoever was selling them had changed things to make it like however they wanted. So yeah. Oh, there's text at the back of the model. Okay, that's why it's doing that. That's why it's doing the stutter step, I think. Yeah, that's why. I'm like, what the heck is it doing back there? That makes sense. No, the spool's not catching. It's I love this. Why is it going so slow? Because that's how fast the filament's melting. It's It's a 1.8 millimeter nozzle. We are limited by the laws of thermodynamics, people. Right now we are going 31 millimeters a second. So let's bump it up to 120%. Because the walls are still looking pretty smooth. Oh. Heard a click. And this is just a stock afterburner, so nothing fancy. It doesn't have an LGX or anything. Why M350 and not M4? Because then that would be the only M4 in the Voron. Ronald Null, member for 10 months. Perfect stream for rewiring a 2.4. Nice, relaxing. We got Christmas music playing. We're printing a Christmas tree. Happy fun times. Go print yourself one of these awesome little print in place boxes. Check the description. E2Q, blah, 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 blah. Welcome to Vinci. Welcome. I'm just going to start calling you E2 Cat walked across my keyboard. Echo 2 Papa 2, $5. With the bed heater removed, leaving the glue, which should I remove the magnet? Oh, yeah, okay. If you don't want to remove the magnet so if you want to leave the magnet on, once it gets back to room temperature, the magnet should be okay. Don't peel it off. But you're going to have to use like a solvent at that point to try and remove the glue if you want to keep the magnet on the other side intact. Beware though. Oop, we're starting to get some clicking. Let me bump the temperature up again. 230. If you be careful though, because the solvent could get underneath and ruin the magnet. So you might be better off replacing both. Depends. What brand of filament did you use on the catalyst horns? The rainbow colors are pretty. The catalyst horns, the catalyst horn. Oh, this print. Was it this print you're talking about? This guy? Is this the print you're talking about? Which, again, stock afterburner, AB40. Yeah, it does ABS fine, or PLA fine. If that is the filament you're talking about, it is Sparta 3D Silk. Metal Rainbow Silk. Sparta 3D in Canada. So yeah, it's Sparta 3D Canada Metal Rainbow Silk, which is actually the same filament I used on the multi-material print off the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. I was hoping to get a transition on the spine, but unfortunately the print's so small it didn't really transition much, if at all. So I got to do another multi-material print so I can review that thing. Can a motor brick your motherboard? Potentially if it decides to short something. So right now we're at 34 millimeters a second. I'm not hearing any more clicks. Let's try 125. I think I'm actually going to leave the Rapido in here. And I'm obviously going to drop it back down. Normally I run a 0.6 millimeter nozzle in this printer. Oops. You tighten that up a little bit there. See if that helps. Normally I run a 0.6 millimeter nozzle. So, where is Patrick? Unfortunately, Patrick had an issue. This is as far as Patrick got. So with Patrick, he was coming along well, and then what happened was there was a layer shift. The bed on my switch wire is a FISEC bed. It's not an LDO bed, and the magnets are honestly junk. So the bed itself has a tendency to not stick too well, and I didn't have clips on it, so something caught. It did a layer shift, and that layer never really adhered, so it kind of fell apart, and I canceled the print. So, okay, we're getting clicks. I'm hearing clicks. Let me bump the temperature up again, 5 degrees. See if that helps. If not, we will drop back down to 120. Because right now we're doing 35 millimeters a second. Yeah, the stock afterburner, it's basically the same as a Bondtech BMG. Remember, it is a Bondtech BMG in here. It's just in a printed housing, but it's all the same internals. And it's not even that hot. Okay, so 135. So every time we bump up the speed 5%, I got to bump up the temperature 5 degrees. F. What do you mean F? Who's saying F? Why are you saying F? Temp too low. It's 235. It's PLA. Oh, F Patrick. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, F Patrick. Sorry, Patrick. Like, I had... Oh god, I printed probably like 6 dragons before I had one finished. Like, I have a whole bunch of failed dragons here. All kinds of dumb little issues. The servo died. I had to replace the servo. And I don't know if that was the... I think that was an issue with the 5-volt regulator. I'm going to make a standalone video on the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. I still have it all set up, obviously. I'm going to print a few more things on it this week, and then I'll do a video on it. I did have to change a few things. The servo is now powered by the Raspberry Pi controller, or correction, power supply, because I was running into issues with the 5-volt regulator on the Easy board was overheating, and I think it was killing the stepper drivers. So, look at this spin. It's so fun. Huge nozzle PLA can go to 250. Okay, you know what? You want to go to 250? Go to 250, and I'll bump the speed up to 140. See what we get. So 250 and 140% speed. So we are now moving at 39 millimeters a second. It's working. It's just the middle of the day. Normally I would have a drink by now, but... What size nozzle? 1.8. So, plans for the future. I will be doing a Trident build. Will be the next main build. I've got 3 builds in the near future. Okay, a Trident. Physec is sending me a Trident kit, so that's fully open to critique. Whatever happens, happens. But we will be building a Trident based on a Physec kit. That should be here before Christmas, hopefully. So that will be the next Voron build. Micron, whenever the boat gets unloaded with DFH. What size Trident? I think they're sending me a 300. I think it's a 300. I really don't know many details. Whatever shows up, and I'm going to build it. And it's going to be critiqued, because it's going to be the first time I build one based on a China kit. And if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. I'm going to call it out, and whatever happens, happens. DFH will be Micron kits in the works. So that's their timetable unknown due to it's on a boat somewhere. But, and this one will be fun. I won't say who yet. We're still getting it sorted out. But it looks like I'm building another V0. And you guys are probably like, wait a minute, don't you have 2 V0s? Yes, I have a V0 there from LDO, an original V00 that I built self-source. What am I going to do with a third V0? Well, that's going to be a fun little Christmas stream. So I have a week off around Christmas. Between Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, I'm not working. So we'll do 2 streams. We'll break it up over 2 streams. I'm not going to marathon it like I did before. But after that, I'm going to give it away to a winner. Somebody will give away a V0, built V0. And we're going to do the plan is the final stream. I'll do a stream just for the giveaway. It'll be open during the whole build for anyone who enter. But the plan is, right now, The actual giveaway stream itself, I'll make it a charity stream. I'll see if I can get some other prizes. We'll see. It's still like fresh in the works. But I will be giving away an assembled V0 because I don't need another V0. So that'll be fun. Because it's small enough that shipping it shouldn't be stupid compared to shipping like this guy. The Trident I'm going to keep because I want to at least have one of all the Vorons. So at some point I'm going to have to build a legacy, obviously. And I'm keeping 1.8 as a 1.8 because it does exactly what I need it to do, and it lives down here on the floor. Worldwide, Canada, US, and Europe. We'll figure out shipping when we got to figure out shipping. I should have made thicker layer lines, so well. Let me know if you need more prices. We already down for a charity stream giveaway. I will let you know. We'll see. Tommy Hami LTT, what? Is somebody spamming the same question over and over? Any plans for a 0.1 mini afterburner mount redesign? No idea. With serial number? I don't know how that'll work. I'll probably just whoever gets it can just serial. I don't think we've ever figured out what happens with sold Voron. Like you could transfer a serial, but if you buy one assembled, can you get it? We'll have to figure that out. Should have gone with 1.6 millimeter layer height. I would not have been able to go fast. Remember when we did? Where was it? This guy. So this print right here was with 1.6 millimeter layer height, I believe. And this was also the 1.8 millimeter nozzle. Man, that's solid. Yeah, this was like 1 millimeter or 1.2 millimeter layer height. The problem was we couldn't go fast at all. Like this was capping out, I think 24 millimeters a second. And we're doing 39 with the Rapido. So yes, smaller layer height, but we can go faster. It's all about extrusion, right? You can only push so much plastic through the nozzle. So if you go with a faster layer height, you can't move the toolhead as fast. ERCF multicolor articulated dragon soon? Maybe. I gotta put another print up on it soon. Do I do anything with my resin printers? Yeah, I print stuff. I print stuff. Anytime my resin printer, I only have the one right now. I think I have another one on the way. A bigger one, like an 8.9 inch one. Basically, resin is my go-to for like small detailed stuff now. The problem, that's why I don't use my V0 as much. My V0 was supposed to be my small detailed print machine, but now I have resin machines, so. LTT, yeah, I know LTT means Linus Tech Tips. I'm just curious why you said that. Have you seen some printception vases to make everything? These fat nozzle prints are giving me similar vibes. Huh. There's a little bit of artifacting in a few spots, but it's not too bad. I'm guessing the ERCF won't work with Stealth until they redesign some parts. Nah, not really. Technically, remember, the only part of it's this right here, okay? So this part right here, you got your tool head holder, your tool holder, and the fan part. That's the Stealthburner. So on my switch wire, the sensor for the filament detector is part of the LGX mount. The LGX is separate. So I could slap one of these on my switch wire right now, and it would work fine. So that's what I'm going to do when I get a Revo. It's going on switch wire. So Can you say a word to the Voron website guys to put a Voron switchwire build size somewhere? Prusa Mark III size, but bigger on the Z. So it's 230 by 250 or 250 by 230 by 250 Z, I believe. Your Z is limited though by how much your belt chain curves. It uses the same size bed as a Prusa Mark III. Not sure the spool will be enough. Why? We're not going through filament that fast. Okay, maybe we are going through filament that fast. What does the Stealthburner change? Better, it jumps up to a 50-15 for your part cooling fan. Your Hotend fan's still 40-10, that's plenty sufficient. The ducting is all reworked, all kinds of CFD calculations and whatnot for math and science to make it better. So it's much more flow optimized, better part cooling. There's LEDs in the toolhead. I don't have any. So you would have an LED behind the Voron logo that is an RGBW LED, so you can make it light up all the colors. So you can have it turn red when the Hotend's hot and green when the printer's in standby and whatever the heck you want. And then there's 2 more LEDs that shine at the nozzle that I don't have installed because I don't have them. What's my flow rate? I don't know what my flow rate is right now because this version of Fluid doesn't show it. But right now I am going 39 millimeters a second with a 1.8 millimeter nozzle at 0.6 millimeter layer height if somebody wants to do the math. Oh, we're getting a little bit of crudiness there. Both Fluid and Mainsail, but I think this is an older version of Fluid. Where would it show? Yeah, this is... Yeah, I know updates are available. Where would it show flow rate? Yeah, it's an older version. This version was new whenever I put the octopus in here. Yeah, it shows nothing on the display either. In the printing window. Yeah, it doesn't show flow rate. Yeah, older version. But it's got a fancy screen. Thomas, thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, we are getting some artifacting. So 39, but we're going 99 millimeters cubed a second. Okay. Yeah, so we're 99 millimeters cubed of flow. And the print's starting to go to poop. So it's funny, over here it's fine, and then over here it's really... Oh, it's popping off the bed. Let's slow down our speeds a bit. Yeah, drop our temperature a bit. Yeah, we're popping off the bed a little bit there. 52 cube flow, okay. Looks like the new cooling is not sufficient enough for this big a nozzle. 1.8 is kind of overkill for the vast majority of use cases. .49 millimeters cubed, okay. What's the benefit of using Klipper screen on a 2.4 over the bomb one and remote control? Just personal preference. If you like a touchscreen, run Klipper screen. I honestly run most of my machines headless. I really only use the screens for loading and unloading filament. Surprised you're not getting much better results with a 0.4. You're still limited by how quickly you can melt the plastic. Like, it doesn't matter really how much the nozzle is, I believe, to an extent. You still can only melt the plastic down so fast and then re-solidify it. The probe is dragging. I gotta bump the probe up. Time is it anyways? 4 o'clock. Yeah, we're gonna end the stream at 4. We're gonna do a short stream today, just because I gotta make dinner now. So for the next 18 minutes, open floor if anyone has any questions. How high flow? I don't have the ability to determine flow. Somebody's saying around 50 mm3. I'm not sure. What is my best printer? All of them. That one I use the most though. V226. It's a 250mm cube V2.4. Which bed leveling probes am I using? Omron knockoff inductive probes off AliExpress. I'm not using clicky on any of my machines yet. What's for dinner? Spaghetti. How do I insulate the bed from the rails? If you're worried about like heat getting from the bed into your extrusions and then into the electronics, it's not really an issue. What about an Octopus Pro with high voltage? Would you try it? Sure, as soon as my 48 volt power supply comes in. I've got Octopus Pro with 5160s. Actually, only two 5160s. Really, the high volt, there's no point running high volt across the board on most machines. You really only need the high voltage for the XY. That's the only thing you're really going to see much, if any, of a benefit in. What time is it? It's 3:44. Why is my webcam only 1 FPS? That's a good question. It's a really crappy webcam. It's a Microsoft LifeCam that's like 18 years old. I want a Revo, but I'm tired of waiting for pre-orders. V6 or Dragon? Go with a Dragon. Or just wait for a Revo. If you already have one that's working, use it. You can get a V6 cheap off Ali. A TL V6 is pretty much good enough for most people. Or if you're just looking for something temporary. Will you eventually compare the Revo to the Rapido? No, I won't compare them because they're not in the same class. The Rapido is more of a like Mosquito or a Mosquito Magnum Plus competitor than a Revo competitor. This is a high flow Hotend. The Revo is a standard flow Hotend. They're in slightly different classes. So I could compare them. They each have things they're better and worse at, but they're not really in the same class of Hotend. CHT nozzles for Revo, how's that going to work? It's not. You won't be able to machine that with the way the Revo nozzle is, because on a Revo nozzle, okay, here's your Revo nozzle, right? You're not going to be able to make that 3 drilling operation down in here, because this is all one piece. So you're not going to be able to have a single hole down to the nozzle and then drill 3 holes coming in at different angles and keep it all one piece. Like you can't do that with this nozzle. So CHT nozzle on a Revo won't work unless they change it up, which would mean this would be 2 pieces, which removes the whole point of this being a single monolithic piece, because you never have ooze issues with this setup. So, ooh, that's a lot of heat. What did I drop? Oh. How long have I been 3D printing? I got into the hobby late 2017. CNC kitchen style wire could work. I know, but I only have the 2 Revo nozzles, a 0.4 and a 0.8, and I don't want to mangle either of them. Why not make a Revo nozzle with M6 set and regular insert into regular nozzle? Because that wouldn't work. The geometry and the room allowances and whatnot will not work. Yeah, this thing is not pulling off these overhangs too well. Like, there is not enough material there to have a female M6 threaded portion that you could screw in a nozzle to. Would I ever build a print NC? I'm still wanting to build a proper CNC at some point. It's just time and room. Oh, there it goes. Ba 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 ba. Yep, knew that was gonna happen. The one corner was blobbing up pretty fierce. Oh well. Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. We're gonna take the time to put a 1.6 nozzle in it. Perfect ending of the stream. Exactly. If you ever thought my streams are all perfect and dandy and we never have issues, you're in the wrong place. Okay, so bring you to the front. Bring you up. And let's swap the nozzle. Ooh. Oh, I had ooze issues too. That's not good. Okay, so putting in a 0.6 nozzle, that's what I normally run on this machine, is a 0.6. Where is my... I know I have a wrench somewhere. That won't work. I'm really not a fan that these are different... Yeah, there's my wrench. They're different than the V6 thread. These are M6. So I can't torque them right, unfortunately. Actually, yeah, I can. You come out of that hole. You go in that hole. There we go. There we go. Torque to spec. How would you compare these Core XY to the Delta behind you, the FL Sun Q5 modded out and looking for a second printer? I like Deltas. They're cool. I do like my SR. That stock, I printed a bunch of cool things on it. I printed a whole bunch of pumpkins for Halloween on it. The problem with Delta, in my opinion, you pretty much have to run Bowden. Yeah, you can run direct drive, but it's not as nice as other machines with direct drive, because you got to keep that tool head light for Delta to work properly. Also, they're not bad on your XY footprint, but this machine right here sits, when these are next to each other, is about here. That machine has 50 more millimeters of Z than this machine. So this machine only has that much Z, okay? This machine has that much Z. So that's 380 millimeters of Z. So, yeah. So, deltas are not Z efficient. They're okay on the X and Y though. Personally, I'm more of a fan of Core XY. Yeah. They are fun to watch though. Watching a delta in action is actually really nice to watch though. Orbiter and similar lightweight direct drive extruders would be great for a delta. I do have an orbiter and I did plan to put it on that at one point. It's just time. Mainly bought a delta due to space and couldn't deal with bed flinger. That is true. They are better space efficient on the XY. Another problem is your bed is circular because you only have a circular build volume. So you have to be careful too, because technically, I know the software corrects for it, but your actual geometry, like it gets inaccurate at the base of the towers because of the way the math works. The amount of movement it has in the middle isn't the same at the bottom of the towers. So it kind of has to compensate. So it's kind of like a polar machine where as you move outwards from the center, 1 millimeter of rotation is different distances as you move out. That's kind of the same thing on a delta. So LGX Mini whenever that comes out. I'm hoping they send me one. I want to get my hands on one of those. What are my thoughts on the Zesty Nimble V3? Honestly, I haven't been following Zesty. For those that remember, the Voron team, we had what's called the jetpack, okay? What it was for the longest time, Vorons didn't have direct feed tool heads like they do now. It was Bowden, because, you know, the extra weight is bad on Core XY. You want to go fast. Until we realized the weight really wasn't that much of a penalty. So, for a while, we were toying with the idea of putting an extruder on the back of your X carriage, okay? So instead of mounting it to the tool head, it was only on the X carriage. So you'd have a really short Bowden path. So you have the benefit of that, but you don't have the weight on the tool head itself. But it's a middle ground solution. So it's not the best, it's not as light as a Bowden, but it's not as accurate and easily tunable as a direct feed setup. So it's kind of in the middle. I think the Zesty is kind of in the same situation where it's not as light as a direct Bowden setup, and it's not as good as a direct feed setup, a direct drive setup. So I think it's in an awkward middle ground. I know it's been around for a while. I have no idea about the V3. I've only seen the V2. But yeah, plus you have that drive cable, which on a V2 wouldn't work at all because you'd have to, it wouldn't work. Annoying to enclose. Yeah, you have to have that drive cable is pretty stiff. If the Zesty was a lot better, a lot more printers would have it. Exactly. It's been around for a while and it's still very niche. Why Core XL on the switch wire? Why not? Originally it was wire drive. It was capstan drive. The switch wire is called switch wire because originally it was a wire drive printer. It was capstan drive. Problem is that is absolutely finicky as all heck, and it's nowhere near worth it. So it was switched over to belt, and it's cheaper to make a Core XZ XZ motion system than dual integrated lead screws. So it's cheaper in that regard. It's faster on your Z. There's no lead screw wobble to worry about at all. Yeah, it's just, yeah, and it's fun because you can literally just kind of pick your whole gantry up and it's not an issue. I have a bad response time when driving the film. What? Oh, yeah. Bad response time. Because you have was it tension or slack or whatever in the drive wire or whatever. Single lead screw or dual? It's cheaper than dual. Oh, Jared, I have all three. Oh, okay. So Jared has one. That's the thing. I don't know anyone who has one. Has anyone built a Core XYZ? I've seen somebody like show like the kinematic sketch of it, and I'm just like, that's not worth it. Any downside with belted beds? What do you mean belted beds? Are you talking about like are you talking about infinite printers like the CR30? Actually, while this is here, let me set my Z offset. Belted bed in Z. What? Oh, are you talking about like a trident with a belt instead of a lead screw? That's fine. A few people have done it. You don't see it as common. A lot of people worry about belt stretch, but it's always the same. Like, it's not really an issue. Okay. How much am I worried about here? Oh yeah, I definitely got to move that nozzle up. I got to move the probe up. Neuro cooking show. No, I have no streaming equipment upstairs, so shut down. Shut down. So we're going to end it there. Aren't deltas Core XY? No. Print coffee filament. I don't have any of those fancy filaments. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream there. For all of you who watch, oh my God, we have 500 people here. Hello, everyone. On your way out, make sure you you like that smash button. Another shout out to Thangs for sponsoring the show tonight. If you want to print one of these awesome lockable, print in place, festive, seasonal, Christmas gift boxes, link is in the description. You can find it on Thangs, along with a lot of other prints. They got over 5 million on there right now. You can view everything in augmented reality to see if it's something you really want to print. You know, look on it on the shelf in augmented reality before you actually print one up. If you want to print the Rock Lobster, my abomination of a CAD design, you can check that out on Thanks too. What happened to the tree? The tree fell off the bed because it was warping, because the slicer settings were not really that optimized. The Grinch stole the tree. Exactly, the Grinch stole the tree. I had 600 before. Oh my God, jeez. I make it a point not to look at my view count when I stream because I know it would get to me, so I don't pay attention to it. Does it work for anyone? Yeah, it works on my phone. Okay, so I'm gonna end it there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. You know, it's Sunday afternoon. No streams normally Thursday. I will see you next week. I don't know what the plan is yet, but we will do something. Hopefully a video during the week too at some point. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.